Hello, this is Kelly Acheson coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin, and today I've got kind of a cool little technique to show you. And I don't really know what it's called, but I'm going to call it layering squares. Isn't that pretty? I think it's kind of nifty, and it's really pretty easy. So let's get started and I'll show you how I did this. I'm going to be using the Thoughtful Branches stamp set today. This is an exclusive set available only during the month of August and only while supplies last. You can also get it with a really cool set of thinlits too. So this, you've seen this all over the internet if you're watching cards. I absolutely love this bundle. It's been amazing and super easy to make all different kinds of cards. Very versatile. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the image that has the leaves for the tree or the flowers for the hydrangea. And I'm going to ink that up in Marina Mist ink. And I'm going to stamp off once because I want a lighter version of this. I'm just going to stamp it and then I'm going to hit it just a couple more times and it gives it kind of that shadow. I don't know if you can really see that, but believe me, it's there. And then I'm going to clean my stamp and use Perfect Plum. And again, I'm going to stamp off once before I stamp over the same flower several times. Now this isn't showing me a lot of blue because I just stamped right over the blue with the Perfect Plum. I should have paid better attention to that. So I'm going to go back and get a little bit more blue, stamped off once, and I'm going to make sure, there we go, now my blue is showing better. So we've got the purple and the blue here. The other stamp that I'm using is this little wavy stamp, and I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be for. I think kind of like a ground under the trees that come in the stamp set. But I'm going to use it as the stems on my flowers. And again, I stamped it once full strength and then a couple more times without re-inking. I'm going to bring in the leaf image and do a couple of those, and I'm going to put those down just a little bit further. I'm kind of looking at this like a little bouquet. And then as long as I've got all my inks out here, I'm going to stamp the For You in the Perfect Plum, and I'm just going to put that right down in the corner. Okay, now that we're done with our stamping, we're going to do the layered squares technique. And I've got two squares here that I'm going to lay right on my hydrangea flower so that I'm going to get a frame once I'm done die cutting them. And these come from the Layering Squares framelits. You get scallops in here, a whole bunch of scallops, and a whole bunch of straight edge squares, so they all are coordinating and stacking at varying sizes. And this is where your magnetic platform really comes in handy, because it'll keep your frame in place. And I'm just going to center this and make sure it's straight. And then I'm going to come in with one that's 2 sizes smaller. Make sure that's also straight and centered. And I'm going to die cut this. And once I have my die cutting done, you're going to get this. By the way, this layer is 3 3/4 by 5, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to adhere my white layer to my Perfect Plum layer. Center that. And now I'm just going to lay this layer in here and make sure I have it in the same direction that it was stamped. And same thing with this one. This is going to get some adhesive on it. Don't put any adhesive on the other square that's in here. And I'm going to glue this right in place. And then we're going to pop that square out. What I found when I was designing this card is I really needed 2 layers of dimensionals to pop it up just a little bit higher. So I'm going to add those. And I'm just going to take the backing off of the ones that I have on here and stack another set right on top of them. So again, you're going to have two width, the thickness of two dimensionals. And I'm using the edges here. I found that this was a good way to use up my edges. And before I do one on the bottom, I want to add my baker's twine. And I just took some baker's twine and doubled it up here. And I've got about probably 8 inches, and doubled it up again. And we're going to put that right through here. So I've got a loop here, and I'm going to pull my baker's twine, or I'm sorry, my linen thread through. This is linen thread, not baker's twine. I'm just going to pull that through. Don't pull it too hard. You don't want to rip your little frame here. I'm going to pull that right through like that and cut that other loop off so we've got some fringes hanging down. And then I wanted to make a bow to go right over top of that. So I've got my bow jig out here, and I'm going to wrap this around just a bunch of times and tie my bow. There we go. I'm going to use a mini glue dot to attach my bow to the rest of my linen thread here. And now I need to put the other double stack of dimensionals right over my linen thread. I'm going to peel off all the backing. And here comes our little raised frame. We're going to adhere this to a white card base. Isn't that fun? So this stacked frame was something, I saw a much bigger frame like this in a card online, and I decided to give it a try. Here's another one that I made with the thoughtful branches. I used the tree, and I used some old olive, Cajun craze, and delightful Dijon. And then these leaves, this is also a die in with that bundle. Soft suede down here and a little grass. And isn't this pretty for fall? So you've got two cards using the same technique that looks so totally different. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you learned something new that you can utilize. If you make some cards like this, please send me a picture. My email is kelly@astampabove.com. You can also check out my blog, astampabove.com. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would be happy to earn your business. I can send you a catalog. Just pop me an email. Add a little sparkle to somebody's day. Send them a card.